Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello to everyone. For this measurement and instrumentation subject, we are assigned to choose one sensor as our topic for this video presentation. So, in order to complete this task, our group has chosen thermocouple. What is thermocouple? Thermocouple is a sensor that measures temperature, which is consists of two dissimilar metals that join together at one end. And when these metals are heated or cooled, a voltage is produced correlated back to the temperature. A thermocouple is available in different kind of combinations of metals or calibrations, and there are four common calibrations of thermocouple, which are J, K, T, and E. Each of these thermocouple has different range of temperature, but the maximum temperature varies depends on the diameter of the thermocouple wires. So how are we going to look for a better thermocouple? There are four criteria that needed to be taken in order to choose a better thermocouple. First, its range temperature. Second, its chemical resistance. Third, vibrations resistance. And lastly, is the installment requirements. Enough about the thermocouple introduction. Now, we'll move on the how thermocouple works.
All the equipment that we need to run this experiment. First, this is digital thermometers. Then the thermocouple that we want to test. Then a beaker and hot water. Need to attach the thermocouple with the national instrument to get the reading from the decilab. This is the reference junction, measuring junction of the thermocouple, and this is the measuring junction that we connect to the national instrument. First, we put the digital thermometer in the and then we start our value of the degree of the water. Then we must put the thermocouple in the beaker, and the important thing is we must know where the junction of the thermocouple. We put in the beaker and the reading will appear in the decilab. Letak the material, we go to the decilab and start the decilab where we use meter and digital analog. After that, we run the decilab to see the different measurement in decilab and the digital thermometer. As we can see, the value in the decilab and the digital thermometer almost same.
Thermocouple is constructed of two dissimilar wires joined at one end, and the other end of each wire is connected to a meter, which is digital meters or digital analog, or we can also connect it to a measuring circuit. The wire is encased in a metal sheet, so we can calculate the voltage, and the difference between the voltage is proportional to the difference in temperature.
Continue to explain more detail about thermocouple. The join in of the thermocouple is known as a measuring junction, and the separate in is known as the reference junction. Okay, let me show you where is the reference junction and where is the measuring junction. Let's look at this picture. Okay, you can see which part is the reference junction and which part is the measuring junction. Okay, when there is a temperature difference between the two measurement junction and the reference junction, a tiny electrical current flows. When the voltage is measured at the reference junction, the temperature at the measuring junction can be deduced. Okay. The relationship between temperature and voltage is a positive one. Increase in temperature produce increase in voltage. Decrease in temperature produce and decrease in voltage. Okay, commercial thermocouple take the form of probe with the measuring junction housed in the tip. There are three main types of measuring junction. First is grounded, ungrounded, and exposed. Okay, now let me show you this picture, where picture grounded, ungrounded, and exposed. Can you see the difference between the grounded, ungrounded, and exposed by the picture only? Yes, you can. But now let me explain more detail about the difference between three types of this junction. Firstly is grounded. Grounded is the thermocouple wires in grounded measuring junction are connected to a electrically conductive sheet. This means the wire are in direct electrical contact with the substance whose temperature is being measured. Grounded measuring junction provide fast response times but pure to electrical interference. Okay, now about the ungrounded. Ungrounded is in ungrounded junction, the thermocouple wires are electrically isolated from the conductor sheet. Ungrounded junction have a slower response times than the grounded variety, but can be more variable in some situations. In an exposed junction, the thermocouple wires produced from the sheet and make direct physical contact with the substance whose temperature is being measured. Exposed junction have a very fast response times but pure to corrosion. For this reason, they are hypothetically used to measure the temperature of gases. Okay. Thermocouple also have an advantage and disadvantage. For the advantage, thermocouple is very durable, inexpensive, compact, and no power required electrical power. And the disadvantage of the thermocouple is they are weak, no linear output. It means they are produced in very weak and has no linear relationship different in reflex. This is also means that the thermocouple output and signal has to be amplified and interpreted before it becomes useful.
Water, please.